What is going on, YouTube? I'm back with another chemical class, and then in today's chemical class, we're going to be talking about LSD, or lysergic acid diethylamide. And that's a lot to say. Not even that. It's one of my favorite chemicals of all times. All right, so in chemical class, we go through literally about the drug itself and like everything about the drug due to its like its use on the medicinal fields, the like I guess that is the purpose, the fucking, and like the history of it. So with acid there is no medical purpose really. I don't think, at least. I could be wrong. I think, like, of course, like with like psychedelic treatments and shit like that, with like, of course, depression and like mental illness, like with that medical purpose, I think acid is used in some of that, but like medically, there's no brand names for it or nothing like that. Because LSD was founded by Albert Hoffman in 1938. And I think it was some sort of like just chemical related to like an alkaloid. But it wasn't until 5 years later that they found LSD's psychedelic properties, like of it being consumed and having the psychedelic properties as we all know and love it. So literally it took them 5 years to know that you can get fucking, that you can start tripping balls on LSD. So let's go on to how illegal this is. A Schedule 1 drug, so you're gonna get fucking, this is not no slap on the wrist, bro. Your ass is either gonna go to jail or you're gonna have to pay a lot of fucking money. And we're gonna talk about the side effects. So, if no, let me just explain it like this to like somebody who's never like had no experience with no psychedelic or acid at all. You're gonna go into like an altered state of mind where you're gonna think differently, like the world, like you're gonna process things differently. I always wanted to describe it as like you're kind of sent mentally back in time to like a hunter gatherer with just extreme emotions, like a big ass like hunter gatherer baby. So you're gonna think things not as clear, you're gonna be really fucking slow, you're gonna be vulnerable mentally and emotionally, and you're just gonna trip balls. You're gonna see a lot of visuals meaning like patterns, like things are gonna move, okay? And that's for, and yeah, that's like, to sum it up, I was gonna say that's for a different video, but I wanted to sum it up as much as I can. And I think that is like a fair assumption on how to like sum it up. There's different kind of patterns, like there's breathing, there's flows and shit. And they're called trips, which will last about like 8 hours in total, like 12, depending on, of course, the dosage, which is usually measured out in UGs or micrograms, which are fractions of a milligram. How addictive would be the next question? And I always like to respond with just, it really depends on the person, because I can't tell you if something's addicting or not, because somebody can say that porn is an addiction and others can say it's not, that is just a lifestyle. Everything can be addicting depending on who you ask. Like, people can be addicting on spending money. People can be addicting on going fucking to the grocery store, you know? So really depends on the person. Of course, like other people are gonna want to take more of the drug because of more personal problems. And myself, I've always I've had a lot of reasons to do it. And for me with LSD, I wouldn't say that I was addicted to it. Like, I would smoke weed mostly. This was more of like a trip. Like, I wanted to trip balls, not get like, cause you rarely don't get high. You trip. It's a different term. And yeah, it was more like a little like vacation type shit. Like, I'd only do it like once in a blue moon. And how deadly? It's basically impossible to overdose on LSD. The only dangerous thing about this drug is like the state you're in, like the mental state you're in. You're not going to be able to like you're not capable of like communicating with your family members. Like if you're going to take acid, you better hope you have no plans for the next 2 days, because that is going to be a good mental state of your mind. Like it's mentally good once you overcome the come up and like the anxiety. It really depends on the person though. And setting is a big key for that too. But yeah, there's no way you can overdose on this shit. And that doesn't mean that you should go out and fucking do like a gram fucking dose and shit like that. Nah. Don't be ballsy, boy. You're gonna fucking get into psychosis. But anyways, let's end off the video by I was gonna say scaling it. What the fuck? By rating it, boy. And I give LSD a good 9 out of 10 on the drug chart. This is an amazing chemical. Of course, it's not as good as psilocybin, because psilocybin has to be 10 out of 10. I just hate eating shrooms, dude. But anyways, I do hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, stay safe. Peace out, y'all.